Welcome into Gamesthetic episode 201. I'm Alex Live with Sparky3. Hope you're having a phenomenal day today, whatever day you're watching or listening to this episode. I got the boys here with me over Discord. Boys, how we doing? How we feeling in this very snowy period that we're in?
This is a much different start of the show when I got man-eater running in my ears, so I guess I'm good.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. What about you, John? How are you doing today?
I'm doing all right. It's I'm over the snow.
Look,
I'll just say that.
Look,
It's only been a couple days, but I'm over it.
Yeah, look, like I said before we started, it was nice when it was like fluffy and everything, and it's just like, oh, this is cool. But now that it's all like just all ice, it's like, oh god, I'm done with this. I want it gone.
I mean, I'm fine with it. This is the first snow day in years where I can just be like, all right, screw everything else. I don't have to leave my house.
Yo, true. Shout out to that. I looked over yesterday. I saw you were playing Zenless. I'm like, shout out to Zach. Shout out to Zach. This is a whole new world for him.
Because usually with snow days, I still got to go into work because I was in.
You were so close.
Yeah.
Between how close you were and in the position you were in, yeah. See, now you're just all like, yeah.
I was like, not my concern. I was like, yeah, no, my car couldn't move. Peace.
Yeah, peace. I'm going to enjoy my snow day. So, no, shout out to that. If you're also in an area with snow, stay safe out there. But,
And if you're on the other side with, what is it, Kyogre?
Oh, yeah. We're on the side with Kyogre, yeah. And obviously T's and P's to the other side of the country, everything going on over there. That is crazy. Have you guys seen the pictures and videos?
Oh, yeah.
Dude.
It's wild.
Insane. Oh, my Lord. Like, it's like, I can't wrap my head around it. I really can't. Like, it's crazy what's happening in the world right now.
You know what's terrible? Just the other day, I was thinking in my head, I was like, it's an okay year. Australia's not burning this year. And then LA starts going up, and I'm like, well, shit.
It's like, Zach, what are you doing, bub? Lord have mercy. No, I mean it's a very. I mean, we're 10 days or 11 days into 2025 at the time of this show, and it is crazy way to start the year so far, top to bottom. Obviously, T's and P's to everyone out there that's impacted by this, because this is a wild thing that's taking place. Let's kind of focus a little bit on the show here today. Don't really know what we're going to focus on though. Full transparency. It's one of those days. I'm pretty tired. Kind of lounged around being a lazy bum. I haven't really been doing a whole lot personally in the gaming space. We'll see what the boys been up to. I did 100% Astro. I'll chat about that. But we do have some Switch 2 stuff, because old trusty. Old trusty. No, okay.
I will say, when you posted the script earlier, I looked at it and I went, "This dude, he didn't try today."
Okay.
He didn't want to.
Okay, listen. Hear me out. You're not wrong, but also there is a lot of stuff that's come out in just a week. Okay, there has been a lot of stuff that at least touch
not
on
going to talk about
and acknowledge. You got to acknowledge it in some capacity. We got that Assassin's Creed Shadows delayed again, so I feel like my prediction on Ubisoft, is already starting to kind of ring true. We shall see, though, in the near future. Plus some other random news here or there, so including when we could potentially get the next Xbox. We'll touch on that. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, follow the show, be a friend, tell a friend. We'd appreciate that. As well as check out our Patreon down below. Shout out to our Tier 2 patron, Hannah. We appreciate you so much. Still need to know what kind of video you want, or episode, or topic. I mean, obviously we know the topic, but we need to know the deets. What do you want? We need to know. Zach, I'm putting you on it. Join the Discord. We'd appreciate that. And check out some Rogue Energy and Agent Inc., which we will shout out later on in the show as well. All right, boys. You guys ready to get into it? Or is there something you guys want to get off your chest first?
Apparently, Liar's Bar has matchmaking now.
I don't know what that is, but nice. You said
Really?
Liar's Bar?
Yeah.
Let me look this up. I don't know what you're talking about, bub.
I guess, yeah, and you may not actually know about it, considering what you usually watch now that I think about it. More or less, it's a VR capable, but not necessarily
I see it, yeah.
Russian roulette
Yeah, I see.
or Liar's Dice.
Yeah, haven't heard of that one. But it looks pretty nice. Got good reviews on Steam. Shout out to that. What about you, John? You got anything you want to get off your chest here before we start the show?
Oh, I was just gonna mention last week. Last week talked a bit about Dragon Age. mentioned I was missing one trophy for it. I did go back, find a save, and I did. I messaged you in there in the Discord. Did finish my platinum on it.
Nice.
The trophy popped. Immediately uninstalled the game.
Wow.
I'm done with it. Like I said, it's fine for what it is. It's like it's got its problems, and it's like the one thing I didn't mention is that game should not be called an RPG. That is an action adventure game.
Yeah, it is pretty action adventure. It's got its RPG elements, but it's pretty action adventure.
But, I mean, it's the only RPG element that has like leveling up and picking skill points.
Yeah.
But yeah, did go back, got my platinum for it, so happy about that. Don't think I'll be visiting it again anytime soon, if ever, really.
Yeah.
But got that done, so looking to what I'm gonna move on to next.
I was actually playing some Dragon Age earlier. I'm getting back to that. Finished Lucanus's storyline, so that was fun because I really enjoy Lucanus as a character. Then I'm just kind of continuing to knock out any side quests that pop up as they come before I ever hit the main quest that I have on the docket. So I'm back to that. I will say I feel like I've been enjoying Dragon Age more than you. I would probably give it like, probably an 8 out of 10, but I very much respect a down the middle 7 out of 10. I respect it because I can see it. But I think it's just because I've been in that BioWare mood after my Mass Effect trilogy playthrough is why I've just been really enjoying it. I know it's not traditional BioWare, but it's still it's got that little bit of a feel for me. So I don't know. I mean, I've been enjoying the game, but I can definitely I can totally understand why someone would just play. This is a solid 7 out of 10 and nothing more. So all right, yeah, I can see that. I can respect that. And that's John's second platinum. Shout out. At the time of John getting his second platinum, I got my second platinum I've ever got with Astro Bot. I did go and platinum that. Wasn't hard to platinum. I did have to kind of confirm a couple of trophies, and I was like, all right, I have to go back to a couple levels and do literally just 1 or 2 things. So that's not bad. A lot of the trophies I had were all like crash site trophies, and I'm like, all right, well, that's easy. But no, Astro Bot is absolutely incredible. I mean, it is such a unique gaming experience, man. I love it. I love it. It's so fun. John, whenever I get to see you again, I will pass the game off to you. It's your turn.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'll probably pick that up from you next time I'm over there.
Yeah.
So I can see what all the hype's about.
The hype is real, my friend. The hype is real. I can understand all the award claims that it got last year because it is just an incredible game. And I can't wait to see what Team Asobi does next as well. That's the other thing. Looking forward to that. All right, well, let's go ahead and start kind of running through the main topics, and then we can kind of, talk about whatever from there. I don't know if my mic kind of, yeah, there we go. All right, get that plugged back in. All right, so yeah, when in doubt, turn to the Switch 2. When in doubt of something to talk about, go over to the Switch 2. Good old trusty. But to be fair,
it's aged pretty well. Like I think this is like 3 times ago talking about the Switch 2. Yeah. I made the comment. I was like, I'm so fucking tired of talking about the Switch 2.
Yeah. So
wanted to go some of those topics.
Wanted to go ahead and get that established right off the top. Right. While there is some interesting or like quick little comments that we can make, or maybe a joke or two we can make about a couple of these, and these are all important things to at least touch on. If we had a more busier week for us or whatever, this would be a weekly wrap-up thing. I think we can all agree. But we can all also agree we're tired of talking about the Switch 2. I just want to see the reveal. I want the console to come out. I'm tired of everything we're about to touch on. I'm tired of it.
Yeah.
And I'm the Nintendo guy here. I'm tired of it.
Yeah. We got hopefully the last time we have to bring this up as a main topic.
Right.
And then from here, we could get a reveal, and then we could start talking about what's going to come out with it.
Exactly.
I was about to say, all I care about now at this point with the Switch 2 is what games are coming out with it.
Yeah, exactly. Like all this stuff, while again, it's interesting, it's important stuff to touch on. Let's get to the reveal. Because like legit, this is the most leaked console I think ever. Like these leaks are out of control. Like we know everything about the console at this point, and it's like, Nintendo, where are you at? Your console's completely out there in every shape and form. Like you just need to go ahead and get the reveal going. So let's just go through this big list of crap that I've got on our script of stuff that's taken place in like the last week of leaks and reports and all sorts of stuff. So the first thing I've got is the motherboard was leaked. That was, I think, like a week and a half ago. Like someone, I guess in manufacturing took it apart, took a picture of the motherboard, threw it out in the universe. A lot of conversation around like the chip size. I saw a lot of conversation around that, and there was one particular notable leaker in the Pokemon space made quite the stir. It's like, oh god, this is it. It's all over. It's all over. It's because it's this size. It's all over. This console's going to be weak and terrible. And everyone's just like, bro, it's fine. You're overreacting. Calm down. There was a lot of third-party accessories that were leaked at CES, as well as one device got listed early on Amazon and then taken down. A lot of stuff at CES came out. I saw a booklet of multiple third-party controllers, the Joy-Cons, accessories, etc., all from CES. They got leaked out there, including this one, which I thought this was kind of funny. Apparently, accessory company Genki also had a real mock-up, like a 3D printed mock-up they had. I assume it's 3D printed, however they put it together, of the Switch 2. And they also basically revealed the console in their own trailer form with like showcasing their accessories. And the report with this is that Nintendo of America basically came up and confronted him at his booth with their lawyers, basically saying, "Yo, what's up? What are you doing?" And them standing their ground that they didn't do anything wrong because they were never under an NDA. Nintendo after this did put out an official statement saying that any leaks that are out there are not official. Short, sweet, to the point. Still confirming that it's all real, but they're just not the official reveal. Is basically what Nintendo said. But that's just one of those situations of like, of all companies, why do you want to fuck around with Nintendo?
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. It's like, it's a bold move at any point in time to just be like, you know what bear I'm gonna poke? I'm gonna poke Nintendo.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see how far I can push them before they come after me, and then like to have them show up, be like, what are you doing?
Yeah, with their lawyers.
Pretty much, yeah.
It's like, well, we didn't do anything wrong. You didn't make us sign anything. It's like, dude, we're Nintendo.
Yeah. It's like, we will find a way to ruin your life.
It's like, do you want to have any association with the Nintendo Switch 2 at all, or the new Nintendo Switch?
Yeah, the new Nintendo Switch, as John is continuing to call it.
I've been saying that for like 6 years now.
Right.
It's been so long.
Yeah. But
yeah,
no,
it's still not damn out.
Yeah, I know. It's still, dude, it's been a minute. Hopefully we're going to get the reveal in like a week, per this big list of leaks and reports. That may actually be true. But no, with that CES show thing, with Nintendo rolling up, that is just like, why do you want to poke the bear? So I don't know. Shout out. I'll be curious to see how that plays out. So there was accessories that started to get listed in the GameStop database. Nothing, that's going to lead to anything, substantial. It's just, hey, it's coming soon. Basically, it was just stuff like, a Switch 2, this size SD card, Joy-Con. It was very basic titles, nothing fancy, but it was just still leading to, hey, we're getting this soon. There was also an inventory database leak from a French retail chain that had Switch 2 placeholders and just showing their publisher. So just Switch 2, bunch of numbers, and it'd have a publisher. So again, don't know the games, but there was 3 games listed from EA, 4 from Square, 3 from Bandai, 2 from Bethesda, 2 from Warner Brothers, and 1 from Take-Two. So again, just kind of getting a general idea of maybe kind of put some things out there about what could be with that launch lineup or come soon after. This one I thought was interesting because if this one would be real, it is the most Nintendo level thing that could happen, in my opinion. There was a leak involving basically the Switch 2's OS that is going to come with a built-in, the way it's being described is like a social media called Vidmeo. So it's basically set up like TikTok. You can make post screenshots, recorded video from your games directly, create communities. You can do direct messaging. It will release day 1 on the Nintendo Switch 2 and a like skimmed down mobile version later. And the C button that is on the Joy-Cons is to initiate the community tab. So 2 things. 1, this just sounds gimmicky enough to be Nintendo. Let's be honest on that. And 2, I could definitely see them trying to do something like this because one of the biggest things that people complained about with the Switch was the lack of a natural social element to the console, where you had to download a mobile app to even get into a voice chat, to chat with friends if you only had like a Switch, maybe, didn't use Discord like most of the world, right? Yeah, there was no natural setup like there is with PlayStation or Xbox. Like, yes, we all use Discord. We're using Discord for this show right now. But, that social feature has always been a prominent thing for the other two competitors, right? So I could totally see this leak being 100% real just because it sounds gimmicky enough to be Nintendo. And two, I mean, to me, it kind of just makes sense to do something like this. And, I've been trying to figure out what the heck that C button on the console stands for anyway. I thought it was going to involve something like, basically connecting to the TV, whatever, and doing something like a Wii U gamepad thing. I don't know, but communities make sense. The community button, essentially.
Well, I mean, yeah, this very much seems like the Nintendo version of it.
Yeah.
The only thing I care about on that is the fact that, like, being able to do, like, recorded video and screenshots and stuff, it's kind of nice. That makes you assume that there's going to be a built-in feature to be able to, like, either record it or have, like, record the previous 10, 30 seconds or something.
Yeah.
You would hope, because, like, hell, every other console has the ability to do that.
True.
And then share your clips and stuff. So, you know how it is. Nintendo, they're just, 10, 15 years late to the game.
Yeah.
On features.
See, the thing is, you can do that with the Switch. It's just, number one, it's not super well organized.
Yeah.
Number two, it's like you can't really get it out into the world super easily.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
It's convoluted.
Yeah,
whereas
exactly.
like on your Xbox, your PlayStation, you can make a clip and just post it to your page or something. And
Exactly.
anybody can see it.
Do a whole lot. You got to press maybe 2 or 3 buttons at most.
Yeah.
And the system will handle the rest.
Hopefully they've taken the same kind of structure that some of these other consoles have, where it's just like hit a button, record this section, done, or just like hit it, start recording, stop recording, done.
Right. Exactly. And it's also going to be the same thing as, like, if it's being described as like a TikTok level format, then I'm wondering, it's like, okay, can we just hop on the Vimeo app on the Switch or on your phone later and just see funny clips and shit from people that's uploaded, like, I mean, it's like, that's fine. I mean, that's cool. That's Nintendo level gimmick that we're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Like, anyone listening to this that's not a Nintendo fan may be like, well, that sounds stupid. Well, yeah, it's stupid. That's why it's going to happen. I mean, that's what Nintendo does. They do shit like this. So the
Nintendo version of this is you would be able to open it up and scroll it, but you'd only be able to do it to people who you've, like, linked your friend code with.
Oh yeah, right.
So you'd be able to see, like, like people that you've played with and, like, friended, but other than that, like, there's no way to search for it. That would be the Nintendo version of it.
Yeah, it would be. It would be. So they're gonna do something to make it stupid like that. You know what I mean? Like, it's gonna be dumb in some capacity. But at the same time, if that leak ends up being real, like, I'm gonna be pretty cool with it. Like, I mean, that's cool. I'm glad to see Nintendo doing something different with the community and the social element that they have lacked so aggressively forever. So glad to see they're finally catching up to times. In terms of some games, though, this is per Nate the Hate. Apparently, Halo Master Chief Collection and Flight Sim 2 are both coming to Nintendo and PlayStation 5 this year. So those will apparently be on the Switch, as well as Final Fantasy VII Rebirth and Remake are both coming to Nintendo Switch 2 as well as Xbox, per Nate the Hate. So shout out to that. He's got a pretty solid track record. He doesn't throw a lot out into the universe unless he's feeling pretty confident about it.
We're going to find out real quick if my prediction for the Nintendo Switch 2 being underwhelming.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to happen.
Oh, yeah. We're going to find out damn quick. Especially with another one of these games that are apparently going to be a launch title, because the next thing I've got is this is per the leaker who leaked the PS5 Pro and the Alarmo before the official announcements and stuff. Is they did say there would be a new Mario Kart at launch, but they also said Red Dead Redemption 2 would be a launch title. So again, we're going to find out real quick, John, on if it's going to be underwhelming or not. A new 3D Mario trailer will be part of the big reveal, but it's going to be for a later release, kind of similar to what Mario Odyssey was. Canadian retail price was going to be $400. We can expect it to be around the same for us. And then he did throw out there a January 17th reveal with a March 3rd launch. So again, next Friday, essentially. I think it's next Friday is the 17th. Am I right on that? Yeah,
Yes.
next Friday would be the potential reveal based on this leaker who does have a pretty good track record as well. So, I mean, top to bottom, again, the Switch 2 is like the most leaked console I think we've ever seen. I mean, this is ridiculous at this point. And and of course, it's Nintendo who's just going to do things the way they want. So they're going to sit on all this and they're going to throw out their lawsuits. That's why they're not really sweating about the reveals. We're just getting a lot of extra money out of this. We're going to throw out a lot of lawsuits.
Nintendo works at their own pace. They set their schedule and they're like, "This is when we're doing it. Yeah, you could try to push us for it. We'll come after you."
Yeah, exactly. Just give us some
It's
extra
like
cash.
we're not changing our schedule.
Yeah. So, look, all I got to say is please, God, let the reveal happen next Friday. You know what I mean? Give us a nice lead-in topic for next Saturday. Let us start to theorize what games could be coming out day one, and stuff like let us just get the damn reveal. Like, let's get this over with. Enough's enough, Nintendo. Lord have mercy. Again, there's some interesting stuff here with all the leaks. I think the Vidmeo is interesting, as well as some of the potential titles and the publishers that are going to have some early launch titles. But I think I can speak for everyone in the gaming YouTube creation space. We're tired of talking about it.
Yeah.
I think I can speak for everybody. We are tired of talking about it. Let's get the actual reveal on the road. Let's start to see what's going to be coming out. But I don't know. I mean, again, there's some interesting stuff, poking the bear and everything, the possible social elements and, kind of an idea of a few games coming out. But let's get this thing over with. So hopefully it is, in fact, the 17th. If it's the 17th with a March 3rd launch, oh, buddy, that's a quick turnaround. And it's come out on a Monday, which would be kind of weird. But I don't know. We'll see on that. I don't know. You guys have anything else you want to throw in with the Switch 2 conversation that we all hate talking about with the burning passion of a million suns?
I mean, not really. I don't really have a whole lot to add to it because, as standardly, I'm the least Nintendo person. Yeah, all I really care about is what's going to come out with it because I could care less, honestly, with the whole social features and whatnot they're finally catching up with since I
Right.
don't use that stuff anyways.
Right.
I mean, not really. The only interesting, at least only like kind of interesting to me leak that came out was the potential Pokemon Legends release date.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
But other than that, I mean, at this point, it's every week, every few days, honestly, more stuff is being shown off about it. It's like, yeah, you can continue to talk about it, or you can just be like, we know all this, it's gonna happen. We're just at this point, we're just seeing, like, individual, like, pieces of it opened up from the console now. It's like, okay,
Yep.
yeah, just show us the damn thing.
Agreed.
Yeah, just give us a full spec trailer, an official one, so we can be done with it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if we've got a very clear shot of the motherboard coming out, I think that was around Christmas and stuff. Then, what are we doing? But hey, at least now when we're talking about the Switch 2, I let stuff build up a little bit. I mean, we just don't hit it every week because that motherboard was around Christmas, I think. So it's like, all right, well, let's see if we get a little stockpile of stuff going, and then we'll throw it in if we need to. Versus just hit it every
Necessary.
week. Yeah, as necessary kind of thing. Which I guess that was the break glass today of the Switch 2 conversation. Break glass moment was today. So, but again, at least there was some stuff to chat about. I guess I don't know. But let's shout out a sponsor. Shout out some Rogue Energy. Use promo code Sparky3 to get 10% off your order. Use the referral link down below. And we'd appreciate that extra support, whether you're picking up the hydration line, the chill line, or the energy line, whether it's powder or cans. They're all delicious. We recommend them all. Again, use the referral link down below. Promo code Sparky3 to get 10% off your order. Alrighty. All right. So the next couple things that I had were technically under the weekly wrap up, but there's still stuff we can touch on. So the first thing I had is Assassin's Creed Shadows has now been delayed to March 20th. Delayed again. Shout out to my prediction in last episode where I was like, I think this could be the end of Ubisoft. I think it's just too packed of a February for that game to come out. I don't think it's going to be a bad game. I really don't. I just think it's just a game that, like, because of the meme that is Ubisoft and the meme that is Assassin's Creed, whatever, that's been kind of mid or whatever, no one's going to pick it up. You know, they're going to go play something else that's coming out in February versus this. Yeah, now you're moving it to March, which also has some other games coming out that, you know, people are going to be interested in, but gives it a little bit better chance at life, at least in my opinion. But here's the thing. This just tells me that there is so much writing on this game. Am I wrong into reading into that? Because I feel like this is legitimately about to be the end of the current Ubisoft. Like, am I wrong to read into that this way, where it's like I feel like everything's riding on the success of this game?
I mean, not necessarily, because they've scaled everything else back, and they're trying. It's because it's like everything, pretty much everything they release these days, nobody cares about.
True.
Yeah.
And
No excitement.
Unfortunately, I don't think Shadows. I mean, it could be a fantastic game. I don't think it's gonna matter necessarily. The game's gonna end up, in my opinion, underperforming. Honestly, I think Assassin's Creed. I think it's just kind of run its course.
Yeah.
I think it's run its course for a long time. They tried to reinvent it with like the
The open world
Origins
games.
and Odyssey and that, and try to turn it into more of an RPG because of the fact that the formula of it is very much like it's a game that excelled in like the 2010s,
Yeah.
but these days it's there's not a whole lot to innovate on that genre and kind of keep it how it is.
Yeah.
Or like the Assassin's Creed, because it's like at the end of the day you're running around a city, climbing on walls and assassinating people, and like fighting guards off stuff. It's like, yeah, it's great, but it's fairly similar gameplay throughout all the games.
Right.
There's not a whole lot you can do with it if you're gonna keep to that style. And then I said, they changed it to the RPG, try to freshen it up, get some new players and stuff in. And that worked for a while, but then people were over it.
Yeah.
Try to go back to their roots, and like Mirage, apparently
yeah.
decent game.
Yeah, apparently a good game, but it's still
Like-
like the interest wasn't there.
It's like I do think it is that just that aspect of it's a game that's run its course,
Yeah.
because it's kind of like it the other franchise that comes to mind with that is weird one to say, Far Cry.
True.
It's like Far Cry hit its peak at 3 essentially, and then every game since then has been trying to recapture 3.
Yep.
And as we've seen, it's like every time people buy the new one, and then the interest is slowly dropped off.
Yep. Yeah, and the thing that I've been thinking about, and the thing that's so like sad for this particular case with Shadows is like, this is the one thing that people have asked for since like Assassin's Creed started. You know what I mean? Is like, hey, let's go to Japan. You know what I mean? Like, let's go to like, you know, something in that realm, that area. You know, like the feudal era, whatever. Like, let's do something there. That's what people have wanted forever. But now it's like, I feel like it's just come too late because again, the interest isn't there. And I really don't know what could bring interest back to the property. I really don't. They went this big open world RPG style for 3 games. It was like John just said, it was fine for a little bit, but then everyone's just kind of over it, especially when you have a game like Valhalla, which is just so big in scope, where it's just like, it's going to take you forever to complete the game, right? Like, I don't know. Like, again, Mirage was not a bad game, apparently. Apparently, it was a good game, but it still is like the interest isn't there. Like, I don't know what they would have to do to bring interest back to the property. You know, I don't know like what sort of game, like, you know, genre or gameplay mechanic they could bring in to kind of spice it up. I don't know if the answer is to go back and do another game on, you know, whether if it be a big remake or another installment to like probably the 3 most notable and beloved assassins, being like Altair, Ezio, and the character from 4, what's his name, Edward. Yeah, I don't know if going back to one, you know, to kind of like what they did with Life is Strange, right? Like, you bring back the character everyone loves, and it's just like, okay, cool, let's go. You know, kind of the same thing. It's like, do you go back to one of those 3 characters to try to spark a little bit of interest, or you know, how do you change up the gameplay? Like, I just don't see a route that can bring Assassin's Creed like back to any sort of major relevance. I think, like what John said, it's just kind of run its course.
I'm in agreement with John with it's probably run its course. I mean, in my mind, the only way I really see that Assassin's Creed really coming back is almost if they honestly go just quiet and just let the series disappear to where people's like, what happened to Assassin's Creed?
Right.
And maybe re-go and reevaluate how whatever they can do to maybe spark new gameplay mechanics or consider go back to what was successful across their 3 open world ones, what worked, what didn't, because I think Odyssey was probably the best received, I think, out of those. Even though Valhalla was, I think, fairly well received, as you mentioned, it was just so long that at some point people were just like, why am I still playing this?
Yeah. Yeah, and I think you're right. I think both of you guys are right, because it's like, again, I don't know what could bring interest back to the property. I just don't. And maybe the answer is just to go quiet on it. You know what I mean? But are they going to? No.
No.
You know, because we have the Project Jade, which is that, I think, the mobile game. We have the Project Hexy, which I was actually interested in. The Project Hexy, that was one where it's like, okay, well, this is a completely different kind of take with potential like Southern like witchcraft kind of BS, whatever. I was like, that seems interesting. Or it was some sort of witchcraft stuff, maybe like Salem witch trials or like Southern stuff. I don't know. Either way, seems interesting. But then you have the looming Project Infinity, which is going to apparently have like every game in one or whatever, like a central hub game or something. I don't know. But it's like you're going to put forth all the money on this and it's going to flop.
Yeah, I think that's essentially just like the Master Chief collection.
Yeah, that's kind of the vibe that I got. Yeah.
But to Zach's point of like them disappearing for a little while, it made me think because I mean, one of my favorite franchises essentially did that. They went quiet for 8 years, came back, reinvented the game. It's God of War.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God of War, their previous game came out in like 2013 with Ascension. And then, or no, it was like 2010, I think.
That sounds about right.
Somewhere around the 2010 era, they made that, and then it was silent. We heard nothing about it for like 6.5 years until they revealed God of War. Completely revitalized the franchise, brought all the old players back, brought new people in, blew everybody's mind.
Yep.
Do I think they're going to do anything like that? No. It's like they don't need to disappear, but the other thing is they don't need to disappear for 5 years, 8 years, anything like that. Just go quiet. Stop talking about Assassin's Creed for a couple years.
Right.
At this
I was
point,
gonna say, yeah,
nobody
they
cares.
don't have to do anything as drastic as what God of War did, because I feel like if they did that, that would just completely kill it.
They could have done that for a little bit after Valhalla.
Probably.
Like if they went quiet for a couple years after Valhalla instead of like for the next 2 years, we just kept seeing like major updates or DLCs or something for Valhalla, and then immediately go into like Mirage and that. Yeah, we could have just stayed quiet for a couple years and then come back out and be like, look, we're going back to our roots for this style that everybody missed. Maybe they could have got a bigger reception.
Right. I think you're probably right. So I think like depending on, well, I'm not even gonna say depending because I think we already know how Shadows is gonna go. I'm gonna predict now. It's gonna be well received. It's gonna be like Mirage. It's gonna be a good game. It's gonna be fun. People are gonna enjoy playing it, but it's not gonna be a financial success. You know what I mean? So I feel like maybe, if everything goes as I predict and Shadow is essentially a financial flop and the family that has long run Ubisoft it loses control of Ubisoft and there's a total top to bottom change of Ubisoft, then that's when we may go quiet on Assassin's Creed for a while. Project Hexy, not going to hear about it. Infinity, not going to hear about it. Jade, nope, nothing, nada. Potential that Black Flag remake that I think there was a rumor for that at one point. None of it. All of it's going to be gone. Maybe that is the play. It's just to go quiet and just come back with something big. You know what I mean? But also to kind of think about like what happened with like God of War and stuff. With obviously with God of War, you have your one central character and you bring that central character back in kind of a new light and stuff. So it's like, again, maybe a possible route to go at some point to bring interest back to Assassin's Creed is to take another installment story of some capacity of one of these beloved characters. One of the most notable characters, because it's like for most people, I mean, can you if you're just a casual Assassin's Creed fan, besides like maybe Altair and Ezio, or Edward, if you just know the incredible lore of 4, it's like, can you sit here and name me the main characters for a lot of these other Assassin's Creed games that have like maybe like flopped or weren't big successes? I mean, I can give you Connor in 3. I can't give you Unity, can't give you Syndicate, can't give you Rogue. Couldn't give you any of the ones of the RPG ones, and I played I played 2 of those. Couldn't even give you the guy from Mirage, although I know it was portrayed by Agent Stone from the Sonic films. Shout out to that. But I couldn't give you anything beyond that. You know what I mean?
I mean, mine would be Syndicate because that's Jacob and Evie Fry, and that's because that's the last Assassin's Creed I really got into.
Yeah, that's is that the one that's based in like London?
Yeah.
No, yeah, that game
It's
looks.
the one that it's the one that I was on the opposite side. Most people didn't really like it. I enjoyed it.
Isn't that the game that's just like, even to this day, looks ungodly beautiful? Like the city, like the environment, everything that you're in. Like, doesn't it just look incredible?
It looks solid, yeah.
Because I remember like just seeing clips about it still to this day, where it's just like, man, where people's like, man, I really don't like this game, but God bless, the graphics are so good.
Oh yeah, no, it looks solid. Yeah, just for whatever reason, most of the Assassin's Creed fan base didn't like that one. I mean, I enjoyed it. I liked making a gang in London.
Yeah. So I don't know. With Assassin's Creed Shadows being delayed, I just feel like that spells the end of this current Ubisoft, and potentially spells the end of Assassin's Creed for some time, which is unfortunate because at one point I absolutely loved this property. Whenever it was 1, 2, Brotherhood, Revelations, and even up to 3, I loved this property at one point. Now it's just like, oh God, another Assassin's Creed. So.
For me, it's unfortunate to see you fall from grace like this.
Yeah, it is.
I'm not an Assassin's Creed guy. I could take it or leave it.
Yeah, it is a sad thing to see it fall from grace the way that it has. So that's why I feel like just going away is probably the best play. Let's see. The next thing I had, I thought this was kind of interesting, is there was a rumor and a report floating around that the next generation Xbox is said to launch 2026, and it's currently being called Xbox Prime. So I wanted to go ahead and throw this in here now because I just kind of want to pose the question: can you guys see that happening? Because honestly, I totally can. I know it may feel like maybe a year too soon in a normal console life, but I kind of view it almost similar to what Nintendo did with the Wii U, where they moved on from the Wii U as soon as possible. Do you guys see this happening?
Microsoft just wants to run away from this generation.
That's my mindset. So that's why I could totally see the new console being launched next year.
Oh, most definitely.
They're missing out on too many games from not being able to, from them not being able to run on the Series S. It's like they need a new console to come out and just have one version of it. And I think it took them way too long to realize this was going to be a problem.
Yeah. And
I mean, they put so much time into the Game Pass that their actual console was pretty much put on backlog and just being like, the console will be fine as long as we have Game Pass.
Yeah. And like, let's make this very clear. We have, as on this show, has hammered this for a while. We appreciate the hell out of Xbox trying to be consumer friendly with the Series X. All right. We appreciate the hell out of you for that. You're watching out for the consumers at that price, but you also destroyed your generation with it. Like, I'm just keeping it real. It's a cool piece of tech. Shout out to everything you put in it for the price point you did, but it should not exist because all it's done is ruin your generation. So, like, I know it does feel a little too soon. I mean, this generation started with the Series X and the PS5 in 2020. So that'd only be really a 5.5 year life by the time it launches. So that's pretty low. That's in the Wii U era of low. This may come out and we may not get the PS6 for another year, maybe even 2 years. I mean, you could see at least a year, if not a 2 year gap, which a year gap's not unheard of. Because I think if we fact check, I think the Xbox 360 came out a year before the PS3 did. So it's not out of the realm of possibilities. It was 05, 06. So it does feel a little too soon to an extent, especially with how long it's taken us to kind of get to a point where it actually feels like we're in the next generation, because there was such a bridge cross-gen gap that we were stuck in because of availability issues and everything with COVID or whatever. But at the same time, like what you guys said, Xbox wants to get as far away from this generation as possible.
Although it's not going to solve all of their problems for a couple years, really, because they're still going to have the players that don't move on from it. So there's going to be if this does come out in say 2026, we're going to have like probably 2 years of games coming out on Xbox that have to be rated for Xbox Series S, X, and Prime.
True.
So we're gonna have 3 separate Xbox consoles that they're having to like release games on.
Yep. Maybe even 4 if they do the handheld variant that has been rumored and leaked and talked about or whatever. So maybe 4.
I mean, if it is, I mean, not every generation needs to run for like 8 years or anything like that. It's like, yeah, if sometimes just call it a loss. I'm surprised they kept the Xbox One as long as they did.
Also true. Yeah. No, I mean, I in terms of calling it a loss, I feel like they're just taking a page out of Nintendo's book with that. You know, because it's like, look, Nintendo went ahead and pulled the plug on the Wii U very, very quickly. That was a short as hell lifespan. Looking back on it, that was like what, maybe a 3-year lifespan. I think of it being their console. Is that about right? Because Switch came out 2017. I think the Wii U, did it come out in like 2013 or 2014? Around there. So it was that's a short one. Lord have mercy. John, are you fact checking?
The Wii U came out in 2012.
2012? Wow, that's longer than I thought. Either way, that's still a short lifespan. 2012 to the beginning of 2017 is when the Switch came out. That's a short lifespan.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nintendo called that one quick. So I kind of feel like the Xbox is looking to just do the same thing. Just move on from the series, which sucks because I think the series is a great piece of tech. You know, I've enjoyed playing my Series X, but yeah, I think it's time to move on to get to the next step of the road here, whatever it's going to be, the Xbox Prime, I guess. If you want to stick doing a digital thing, that's cool. Just do what you did with the Series X here recently, where you got the all digital version and the physical version. Call it a day. Keep moving on. You know, don't do the $200 less digital version that's heavily underpowered and destroys your generation. So I don't know. Shout out to next generation Xbox, potentially coming out next year. All right, let me shout out Agent Inc. real quick. Shout out to my Agent Inc. here. Use our referral link down below. You can pick one of our hats or one of our jerseys, and we'd appreciate that support. You can also go over to sparky3shop.com, pick up some merch over there as well, and we'd appreciate that. All right, boys. Before I kind of start going through the rest of the weekly wrap-up here, you guys have some stuff you guys want to chat about? Anything you've been up to particularly? Anything that you've seen?
I mean, Marvel Rivals Season 1 started.
Yeah, no, so I was playing quite a bit of Marvel Rivals today. I like both the characters they've added as of now, Mr. Fantastic and Invisible Woman. They're both pretty fun.
Why is nobody talking about Thing? Is Thing bad?
No, he's not in there yet.
He is.
No, he's not. I was playing just earlier. He ain't in there yet.
I could have swore I saw Thing was part of the pool.
Not yet, no. Him and Human Torch, they're not in there yet. Because trust me, I would have gone straight to Thing. You know, because you know me, I'm a team player, so I haven't got to really play any damage today. So I've been playing a lot of tank and support. So yeah, no, Thing's not in there. I'm still rocking Cap at the moment.
Okay.
But no, I haven't got to play Mr. Fantastic yet outside of practice. But in practice, I feel like he's going to be my kind of character. I really want to play him.
Have you just been rolling with the bakery?
Basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I watched that Season 1 trailer, and everyone in the comments was one of two things. Either Dracula owes Moon Knight money, or goddamn Sue Storm. I was like, come on, guys.
Yep.
Why is this what we're doing? And then I saw Sue Storm's skin. I was like, okay, never mind.
Yep.
NetEasy's going right into it. Never mind. Carry on.
Yep. No, I've only got to play a few games.
You gotta lean into it, Zach.
I mean, we can still be respectful until NetEasy gives the skin they give, and then we're like, okay, it's out the window.
Right. No, I mean, I've only played a little bit of Sue Storm, and she's fun. You know, I enjoy her. She's definitely gonna be in like my main 3 support rotation pool that I play. With how I like to play, but again, haven't got to play Mr. Fantastic yet, unfortunately, just because again, I try to stay a team player because I get very frustrated when we don't have a balanced team because we just get fucking wrecked. So I haven't got to play him yet because I haven't got to play any damage. So
it's not about winning; it's about having your 4 or 5, how many people are on a team, all playing DPS and all competing to see who does the most damage against the most elims.
You know, in a
Yeah.
game I had earlier, I was the tank. We had 1 support, 4 damage, and one of the 4 damage did put into chat, "Hey, Cap and Jeff, you guys need to switch to damage." And it's just like, okay, all right, dude.
See, that's like, if I'm not playing it. If I was playing it, you bet your ass I'd be locking in DPS. I don't care.
Oh man, no, I mean I had some fun games today. I had some fun games as Cap and played some Jeff, played some Sue Storm. I had some fun today. Had a good time. Had a good Jeff game today. Got MVP. That was fun. I love me some Jeff. Very easy to play, but he's fun. He's fun. He's a good character.
Jeff can go die.
Wow, hold on now. Let's not disrespect my little boy. He's a good
don't
character.
care. I mean, he is a good character, but he can still go die.
Wow, that's just like how you feel about Bucky's. You know,
No, I just like Bucky's more.
Listen, I got to tell you something. So whenever you know, we went to Bucky's recently, obviously since we went down, you know, to Dallas, stopped into Bucks. I thought about this after leaving, and I wish I would have thought about it in the moment. I should have got some sort of like bumper sticker and snuck it on your car when you came over for the show one day, and just snuck it on somewhere and see how long it'd take you to realize it was there. You would absolutely kill me. You would kill me if I did that. But
I don't know if I would kill you because then we wouldn't have the show anymore.
It's true.
But there would be retribution.
Yeah, there would be some form of payback happening.
I like how you're the outspoken Bucky's hater. I don't get it. I don't care. I'm like, it is what it is. If people want to get excited over it, sure.
I mean,
Fucking stupid though.
It is a cool place. I mean, it's not. Look, as someone that's been to Bucky's a good, you know, handful of times now, I'm not gonna say. Look, all jokes aside, it's not like the greatest place on the planet like people make it out to be. But it's a cool stop. I mean, the food's actually pretty solid. I enjoy the brisket. It's not the best brisket on the face of this planet. It is pretty good though. You know, the chicken tender's good. The desserts are good. It's a good place to stop and use the restroom for sure. No doubt about that. It's just a cool place. You know, it's like, okay, well, this is different. You know.
I don't know. We don't have a lot to talk about. We have a segment on Bucky's.
Yep.
Hey, it's just conversation, man. Now, see, if Tyler was in here, Tyler would be thriving because he loves talking about food and random bullshit. That is the Tyler MO. Is if you get him on talking about food, it's over. He's gonna talk about it all day. But no, let me ask you guys this question. What kind of games are on your horizon right now in terms of like stuff that's been on your backlog? Not necessarily like, oh my God, most anticipated, like we did last week. It's like stuff on your backlog you're about to go back to. You know, John just finished Dragon Age. I just finished Astro Bot. Like, what are we aiming to maybe look at potentially playing right now?
I've got a notes document.
Oh, he's got a notes doc. Here we go.
Warriors Origin when it comes out next week.
Yeah, you got that coming. So shout out to that.
Yeah. Besides games that are coming out soon, like I plan to get back to Dragon Quest 3 so I can play through it and like finish it out.
Right.
Final Fantasy 16 is on my list to go back and actually play through or finish playing through.
I agree to that.
I don't know that I'm actually going to get to it this year. I did put Hogwarts Legacy back on my list because I played it for like 8 hours. That's probably like a quarter of the gameplay time, so I'm like, I might as well go back and play it. At least get a playthrough through so I can like
say you beat it, move on.
Adequately say that I didn't care for it.
Right.
But yeah, it's like those are like my big 3 that I want to get back to at some point this year. But other than that, like I've started playing through some games that either sequels are coming out or I'm excited to play through. I started another Celeste playthrough. Just kind of gearing up because hopefully there'll be a demo for Celeste 2 coming out soon.
Yeah.
So went back, started playing that a couple days ago.
Right.
But yeah, more games will end up going on that list. But those were like the immediate 3. Because I was sitting there the other day and I was like, it's like now that it was literally that. Like, I finished Dragon Age. What's next on my backlog to finish?
Mm-hmm.
And gotta immediately type those up. And as I finish them, I'll mark them off the list and replace them with something else.
Right. I get that. Because
But
I just finished one of my long backlog games with Sonic Frontiers recently, which I talked about last week and stuff. I haven't finished the DLC story that came out where you get to play as like Amy's, Knuckles, and Tails. I haven't finished that. I am kind of working on it, but I beat the main game. I was pretty happy with just beating the main game. So shout out to that. I do also have Final Fantasy 16 on my list as well. I want to go back to that game and actually get through it. One that has been staying on my list and just keeps getting knocked back and knocked back and knocked back for other stuff is I finally want to go back and finish Fire Emblem Engage because I've yet to finish the damn thing. I bought a special edition for it. Yeah, it's like 2-3 years old now. I got to get back to that damn game and I want to finish it. Just like how I wanted to finish Sonic Frontiers finally. So that is also on my list eventually to get through. Right now, the main priority is let's get through Dragon Age because I know for a fact that I'm over halfway through the game. Like let's knock it out. I'm not saying that begrudgingly, like, oh, I just want to finish it. Just like, hey, I want to finish it. You know what I mean? Like, let me knock that out, get it off the books, and then kind of go from there. Because while there is a couple games I'm excited for this month, like Freedom Wars Remastered and Eternal Strands or Shards or whatever it is, this is still the prime month. So like, all right, let's catch up on some backlog. Let's finish some games right now. So that's kind of where I'm at.
Yeah. Just like to that Dragon Age thing, if you're planning on doing like all side quests as they come up and doing all of that, you're gonna be looking at like around a 48 to 50 hour playthrough.
Okay. Yeah, no, I've done every side quest so far. Like every time I get a new mission, I go back to Lighthouse, talk to people if they got something to say, and then I go look at the world map and I hit each section if it says new quest available. Guess we're going there. We're going to go do them. So I have done everything that's popped up so far. I've got 2 side quests that are up that I cannot do yet, but I do have them. So and that's all I've got is whatever my main quest is, which I think is I'm at the part with the Veil Jumpers and I'm helping like Strife and stuff in the Dalish clan. So that's where I'm at the moment in terms of the main story. And then I've got, like I said, 2 side quests. That's all I've got right now. I knocked out a bunch of side quests and character quests earlier today. So I'm trying to do it all. So I'm trying to get that one off my docket and then kind of move on from there. Zach, what about you? Besides Dynasty Warriors and playing Zenless and shit, do you have any backlog stuff you want to hit soon? Or is nah?
I mean, I guess I need to go back and finish out the Like a Dragon games.
Yeah.
Because I never finished Ishin, and I only got like halfway through The Man Who Erased His Name.
Yeah. What about Infinite?
I never picked up Infinite.
Oh, okay.
Tell you what, gonna be going through Esports Godfather by the look of it right
yeah,
now.
no, I see he's been on the Esports Godfather this whole show. I see it over there on Discord.
It's a Discord show. What do you want from me?
It's a great game.
Yeah. No, my backlog is just growing it by the day. I want another one that's on the log, and I may actually hit this one maybe here soon, as I kind of bounce between Dragon Age. I want to give Indiana Jones another fair chance. Everyone says it's incredible. It's been nominated for Game of the Year in a couple award shows, including one I'll shout out here in the weekly wrap up. I want to give it a fair chance. So I want to try to get back on that one again. Because apparently the protagonist is an ungodly, phenomenal portrayal. Like I saw multiple people online like tagging the guy who portrayed him, and it's just like, yo, dude, I hated you so much. You did such a damn good job. And seeing all that conversation reminds me of Micah from Red Dead Redemption 2, where it's just like, God, I hate you so much, but Jesus Christ, you did such a damn good job at what you were doing.
So you said the protagonist, or you mean antagonist?
Antagonist, sorry.
Okay, I was just like, what do you mean people hated Indy?
No, sorry, I'm antagonist. So I want to give Indiana Jones the Great Circle another fair chance. I just don't give a shit about Indiana Jones. I'm trying my hardest to care about the game, but it's tough so far. But I want to.
It's hard for me for backlog because you can't see it now, but my girlfriend got me a shelf and moved all my games out of my closet into on this shelf, so it just stares at me anytime I walk in this room. And just my entire collection of old classic games are just like, Well, I mean, damn, they're there now. I mean,
Yeah, I need to play
they're
them.
staring at me.
Yeah, I feel that.
So I've always had the problem with backlog games because I always have that big list that I want to get through. That's kind of why I took the approach of prioritizing 3 at a time.
That's a good approach.
It's like when I finish one, or it's like when I finish those, new ones replace that,
Mm-hmm.
and these are the first 3 that I actually want to get through.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be my new way of doing it. It's like I'll probably when I finish one, I'll put my date completed next to it, and then add a new game to the list.
Yeah. I mean, dude, heck, I've got other stuff on my backlog that I've thought about recently, like literally within the last week, which is like, oh yeah, I still want to go back and play that. Is some random ones, man. Like I'm talking like Triangle Strategy. I still want to go finish. I need to get that one on the list. I really random pull Dealfield Chronicle. I still want to go finish Dealfield Chronicle.
See, I looked at that the other day. I went, no.
I still want to finish it, man. I picked up, at Video Games Plus sale a couple months ago. I picked up 13 Sentinels for the Switch. So I wanted to play it on Switch. I had it for PlayStation 4, enjoyed the little bit I played, wanted to play it on Switch, need to go back and finish that too. The list is just never ending. There's so many random games I want to go beat.
Yeah, I locked in my pre-order for Trails in the Sky
Yep.
first, so that'll be here I guess Friday.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll jump to the front when I get it, but yeah, I'm slowly rotating. Like I'm like okay, one because like I played a lot of Helldivers right now. Absolutely love that game, but I'm kind of where I'm like on days like today where I'm kind of hanging out. I'm like okay, I'll play Helldivers for a little while, and then I'll move over and I guess I'll like look through my PlayStation library and start downloading some of the games that I want to play there.
Right.
That way they're ready to go, and then I can like spend one day playing one game, spend the next day playing the other.
Yeah. No,
That's gonna kind of be my strategy for now.
That's a good approach, especially while you have like this month to kind of relax a little bit, before like some of your big ones start to come out next month. That's probably a good approach.
The other thing is like, I mean, hell, next month one of the big games for me is Monster Hunter,
Yeah.
but that's gonna be like a year-long game that I play.
Right.
Luckily, it comes out right at the end of the month. So
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be one where it's like I'll jump into it, I'll play it for a few hours, I'll play it obsessively for like a month or so, and then it'll become one where I'm like, okay, I'll play it a little bit, and then I can move on to something else.
Right. Yeah, I think next month for me is just Avowed, coming to Game Pass. So looking forward to trying that out. So now next month's gonna really kick this year off of games. Like I said, a couple interesting titles coming out this month for sure. I mean, Dynasty Warriors, whatever, Freedom Wars remaster, and that Eternal Strands or Shards, or I think it was Strands. Yeah, that game looks pretty fun. I think that is coming to Game Pass. So it's like, okay, yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna be downloading that. It looks fun. But this is just a kind of a good time just to kind of catch up on some stuff and just kind of enjoy yourself a little bit before it's like, oh God, here we are. The wallet's about to hurt, and we're gonna have too much shit to eat, and just a lot of food on the table, too much to eat. So anyway, you guys want to start going through the weekly wrap up, finish up the show?
one last thing I mentioned, we did get the Zenless 1.5 live stream yesterday.
Shout out.
Introducing our next
Just get
chapter.
the 1.4 recently.
Yeah, it's about a month apart. Updates for Gacha games. 1.4 is finishing up because 1.5 comes out on the 22nd.
Damn.
Nice.
Yep. I mean, if you care at all, John, I mean, you can log into your account right now and get a free S rank, who's actually pretty solid. He's available free until March.
Nice.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I haven't logged into that game in months.
Yeah, no. But yeah, 1.5, they're staying consistent, just tons of content they're giving us with 1.4 and carrying it on to 1.5. New special episode with our 2 new S ranks, Astra and Eve. getting our first rerun banners of characters, and we are getting a weird beauty bang boo contest, which is almost gives me Pokemon beauty contest vibes with a bit of a Fall Guys minigame. The minigames in Zenless are getting wild. Because for 1.4 we had a tower defense, and then they got rid of the TV mode, and now we have a almost Fall Guys platformer instead of the TV for our little Bang Boo now.
Nice.
Which is actually really fun.
No. Nice. Zenless moving along well.
Mm-hmm.
No. Zenless moving along well. I need to download that and try it out sometime. Never played Honkai. Played Genshin. Genshin was fine.
Impact or Rail? Genshin Impact?
Yeah.
Or...
Yeah. No, I'm saying
Okay.
I never tried Honkai.
Oh, you never played Honkai. Sorry.
Yeah.
I got those backwards.
Yeah, I never played Honkai. I tried Genshin. Now Zenless looks cool though. Zenless does look cool. I mean, Honkai looks cool too. I was watching Christina play it. It looks like a lot of fun. So
Third Impact or Rail?
when she was playing Rail.
Okay.
Yeah, no, when she was playing Rail, she got super addicted to it, trying to get the cowboy.
Oh, Boot Heel?
Yeah, she was adamant on getting that damn character.
I'm free to play on Rails, so I mean, I got more S ranks than I really should. My luck, my gacha luck stands consistent with Rail, but it abandons me in Zenless.
Right. That's unfortunate that it abandoned you.
On the one gacha game I'm constantly playing.
Yeah, the one that you've been playing the most, just abandoned. No luck for you, brother.
What happens when you play like 3 or 4 different gacha games, Zach? You can only get your luck in kicking it in all of them.
Right. Sooner
Apparently
or later.
not.
Yeah, sooner or later it's gonna abandon you. All right, let's start going through the weekly wrap up. The first thing, man, this is going to be the greatest direct ever. I can't wait for this. We've got Xbox Developer Direct announced for 1/23/25. It is 4 games focused: South of Midnight, Clair Obscur, Expedition 33, Doom: The Dark Ages, and a surprise unannounced game. The exact quote was, visit a surprise location to see another studio's brand new game. I don't give a shit what that last game is. You already hit 3 for 3 for me. Like, I'm excited as hell for this Developer Direct just to see more on these games. I mean, this is awesome.
I was gonna say, I mean, everybody's gonna love Doom: The Dark Ages. Seeing more on it, that's the one of these where I'm like, I could take it or leave it. Doom is Doom.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, my thing is, if this is a concise showcase,
right,
it'll be fantastic. If this goes, if this goes an hour, that's gonna be stretching it for some of this stuff.
I think it's gonna be like a 25-minute thing. I think it's usually what these 4 game Developer Directs are.
Yeah, as long as it's kind of concise and we get it. I mean, hell, South of Midnight, we've seen a lot of that. I think we have like a damn good idea about everything about that game, pretty much. So, and it looks fantastic. Expedition 33, show me I just want to see more.
Yeah, give us the release date too. We know spring. I want to see the release date in this little direct right here.
I have a feeling there's going to be a decent amount of time spent on whatever this 4th game is.
Yeah, and I know a lot of people want to immediately turn to the long rumored Virtuo Studios Oblivion remake. But like the thing that keeps catching me off is seeing another studio's brand new game. But then they also say visit a surprise location. So it's like, is it Oblivion? I say no. But if it was, greatest Developer Direct ever. For me, at least. This is top to bottom, peak. But I don't think it'll be Oblivion.
Well, we say brand new game, or we say just something we haven't seen before?
Yeah, it's unrevealed, unannounced, everything. So like that's where it's like that the wording of brand new can be taken in a couple different contexts if it would be Oblivion. You know what I mean? So I don't know. A lot of people are saying Oblivion. I'm not going to buy into Oblivion, but if it is, greatest Developer Direct ever, at least for me, top to bottom.
I would like to say
amazing.
Cuphead developer.
Oh, true. Yeah, that'd be pretty nice. Or maybe finally, get like some Silk Song action.
I throw you a wild, or what could at this point in time be considered a wild card.
Huh.
maybe they've said to hell with it, and it's like we could be seeing the next Halo.
Yo, if it brought it to 343 and it's just like it's time to that would be a surprise. It's like it's time to check out the next installment of Halo. It's like, what? That would be a surprise, yeah.
Because it's like they've kind of been. I mean, they do little updates on it here and there, but we haven't had any big news on it in a while. And I get the feeling that they're just trying to ignore that Infinite happened at this point. So maybe they just sat down and said, "Screw it, let's just make something new."
Hey, John, let me ask you a question because I saw someone else say this on Twitter. Spawnwave is one who said it, where he, with the report of the Master Chief Collection going to PlayStation and Nintendo, he quote tweeted, he said, as a long-term Halo fan, like dating back to the first game, at this point, I say release it everywhere because I really just want to see some life come back to the franchise. Do you agree to that take? Because that's kind of the boat that I'm in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, release it out there, which it's honestly
unfortunate
that news that sparked the idea that we could be getting a new Halo game.
Yeah.
Because if we're gonna put Master Chief Collection out there and release it everywhere, what better way to help introduce that than release a new game alongside it and also put it everywhere?
Right. It's going to hurt a little bit to see Halo no longer be like the big Xbox exclusive, but at the same time, Xbox is dying, and so is Halo. So just get it out
Xbox
there.
can't have exclusives anymore.
Yeah, they just can't, unfortunately.
It's like they need a killer console generation full of nothing but like bangers and just winners to bring people to want to buy an Xbox, or like care about Xbox anymore, before they could ever consider like bringing exclusives or like doing exclusives and say, we can't put it anywhere else. We need people to buy this.
Mm-hmm.
No, you have the console base, just you don't have anything to keep people on it besides Game Pass.
True. It's unfortunate. So
I don't think this is going to be a Halo, but that would be it's like make a fucking banger ass traditional Halo game, and people will love it. Yep. No, we don't need the weird open world thing. It was a cool concept, but weird mission design.
Yeah, and you and I, we haven't finished Infinite, but it just gets straight up abandoned. Towards the end of the game, like the last quarter of the game, that whole open world thing is just straight up abandoned.
Well, hell, it's like I feel like part of the reason we didn't go back to it is it took us an hour and a half to get the game working.
Yeah, I know, and and that's to also add the cherry on top. That like because we are old head Halo players that loved playing campaign with friends, you and I, we basically refused to play the Infinite campaign until co-op came out, which was like almost like a year later. And when it finally came out, we couldn't get it to work for an hour. Your game was broken as hell. We couldn't get the joining right. It shouldn't be that hard.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. It's like make a traditional style Halo game. It's like a traditional like multiplayer format. We don't have to get crazy with it. It's like just do what you used to do with it.
Yeah. Look, just go make like another Halo Reach and everyone's gonna love it. Just to go do that. Halo Reach is beloved.
Or at least the mindset of what you had with Reach.
Yeah.
Fuck what you did with 4 and 5.
True.
And Infinite.
Yeah.
It's like just go back to that mindset and people will play it.
Yep.
It's like keep the game, like some of the gameplay quality of life improvements that we've had.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But so that it feels modern, but yeah, no. People, we're playing Halo, we know what we want to play.
Yeah.
We want to play Halo 3.
Yeah, or Halo Reach.
Halo 2, we want to play Halo 3 or 2 or Reach.
The original trilogy.
Yeah.
It's like we want to play that as a modern game.
True. Yeah, just give us that, and we're cooking. We're cooking. God, I'm so nervous for the future of Halo. Hopefully, they don't mess it up more than they already have. We'll see.
Like I said, it's like I think I said it like last time we talked about Halo. You got one more shot.
You really do.
before we all abandoned you.
Yep.
I mean, it's sort of rough that a lot of our franchises and developers we grew up with, they're all pretty much, a lot of them are like, you're losing most of your fan base currently.
Like Assassin's Creed that we just talked about earlier.
Yeah.
Far
It's
Cry.
sort of ridiculous.
Yeah, no, it's rough, man. Oh, hopefully they can figure it out. Maybe the answer for Halo is to go away for a little bit as well. Also, that I don't know if I ever put this in like the weekly wrap up or ever said it in passing, but like that Halo BR got canceled, so that's
Yeah.
not a thing.
Yeah, we
Which
mentioned that a show or two ago.
yeah, which I mean, not a bad thing to cancel it, I guess at this point. Would have loved to see it. Would have loved to see it, but at the same time, like BR phase is kind of
It's 5 years too late.
yeah, it's a little too late. So you just got to move on to the next thing at this point. It is what it is. We also had a bunch of Sony PlayStation media announced at was it? I might have just been CES. I think it was some expo. I think it was CES. But we got a Helldivers movie coming. Shout out to that.
Yeah.
That has the potential to be one of the greatest, like not necessarily movies, but greatest spectacles.
Yeah.
If they stay true to like the way their trailers are done,
Yep.
the way people play the game, that'll be an instant hit.
Yeah, and I feel like it's gonna make so much money because of just how much Helldivers 2 has popped off. And if Helldivers 2 or even another Helldivers can maintain that momentum by the time this movie finally comes out, bro, this movie is gonna make so much money right when it comes out.
I mean, we've seen it in their trailers for the game perfectly mirror like player experience too.
Yep.
It's one of the best examples of like a trailer that actually shows you how the game is played.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, that has the potential to be like one of the most enjoyable movies to come out, if not like an overly fantastic movie.
Right. Like I feel like in terms of just video game movies, I feel like it has the potential to reach the heights of like Sonic or Mario Brothers because of just how much Helldivers has hit a all-time high. You know what I mean? But again, the movie is going to be a little bit out, so you have to be able to keep the momentum when the movie finally comes out. But if you're able to do that, this movie is going to make so much money.
It's like we got Helldivers 2. It's like
Yep.
it seems like they're starting to gather ideas for Helldivers 3, which, I mean, perfectly fine. It's like just a better version of what we're playing now.
Yep.
Would be perfect.
Yep. They also announced a Horizon Zero Dawn movie. No surprise there. They want to push Horizon to the moon as much as they can.
I feel like that's gonna be a coin flip.
It could be, which just sucks because it's such a great story and such a unique, fascinating world. But I feel like it could be a coin flip on how well they do it. You know what I mean? And then Ghost of Tsushima anime.
Probably
That's
has
gonna be good.
probably has the highest chance of being like well received.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
100%. So I don't know. I'm glad to see Sony is getting more into like the media with these properties, which we've already seen a couple times. Like shout out to John, watch the Gran Turismo movie. Apparently, it's really good.
Yeah, I actually saw it too. It is actually really good.
Well, shout out to both of you. I haven't seen it. They wanted to obviously get into more of a media format with obviously Concord. That didn't work out, but still seeing their other properties get into more media formats. We got the God of War show happening and stuff. So cool to see the Ghost anime, the Horizon movie, and Helldivers movie be announced. So looking forward to getting some more info on that, like casting info or whatever, and seeing more as time goes on. So I don't know. Shout out to PlayStation for getting their properties out there more. Looking forward to seeing what else they got cooking.
The best thing since the Helldivers announcement, or like the movie announcement, is my YouTube Shorts has been flooded with Helldivers clips of people doing stuff in game and putting text over the screen about like either casting choices or like
Right.
stuff that they think should be in the movie, and it's fantastic.
What's the number one casting choice so far of someone they want in the movie?
The one I've seen that like just the clip was probably the greatest timed with it was just a guy standing on a cliff with a big Titan walking, or like a Strider walking towards him. Which I think I think it's what they're called. They're like these big walkers in the robot missions. And it's like he's just standing on a cliff twirling his handgun, and it said something along the lines of like Keanu Reeves saying, "Aren't you a big boy?" right before like shooting it in the eye, and the guy shoots, and the whole thing blows up and falls down. And it's like it's just been clips of people doing stuff like that, or just being like this should be something that's in the movie, and then them doing something either ridiculous or really cool.
Right. I think Keanu is one that would actually be interested in the movie. He's gotten really
Almost
interested
definitely.
in like a lot of different video game properties from Cyberpunk, voicing Shadow. And then he was in the Armored Core episodes of Secret Levels, that Amazon show, that anthology series, whatever.
Yeah.
Which also, did you guys see the what the director of those episodes said about Keanu being a professional and stuff when it came to those? So Keanu's just a total boss, dude. Love Keanu to death. So around the time when they were filming, I don't know for sure the exact injury. So if I'm wrong, my bad. But I think it was like a torn meniscus in his knee that Keanu had. So he was just in grueling pain the entire time. And they were willing to push back the filming for it so he can heal up a little bit. He's like, no, let's get it done. Let's get it done. So basically, I think it was the director said, so basically how it would go is Keanu would come in here, do a take in grueling pain, step outside, rip a cigarette, come back in and say, let's do it again. It's just like, what a boss. What a G, man. I love Keanu Reeves. No, I feel like he'd want to be involved. He's just here for a good time. He's here for a good time. Doing like, keep in mind, I think he actually turned down either a Marvel project or a Star Wars project to voice Shadow. So shout out to that. Yeah, I don't remember which one it was, but it was one of the big name franchise things he turned down to voice Shadow. So shout out to that. So I could see him being involved with Helldivers. That'd be fun. That'd be fun to have him involved. All right, next piece of news I've got is there's a report that Bungie is now working on a new MOBA / Smash Brothers hybrid under a new PlayStation studio. So when I saw this, I was just like, what the hell does that mean?
I don't know what that means, but
I don't know what that means either.
That's gonna be that's either gonna be a fantastic game, or it's gonna look like it's a fantastic game, but it's gonna be like, I forget the name of it, but it was like that original like Sony Smash type game they made, like back on the PS3.
Yeah. So when I saw this, my first thought was, okay, MOBA gameplay, PlayStation Studio characters. That was my first thought, right? And then I saw some other like rumor or like report with it that apparently the Smash Brothers element to it is as your character takes more damage, they have more potential to get blown back further, like Smash. So apparently that could be the Smash element to this. I'm
But
just
how
like,
does that work in a MOBA?
that's my thought.
Yeah, that's still weird. I mean, the closest thing I think is that the high-res one, the Smite 3D platform fighter. But even that wasn't MOBA, that was a platform fighter.
Yeah. So I have no idea. Whatever they're cooking, we can at least agree it's going to be a unique experience. Whatever it's going to be. Like, look, I think...
keep in mind, if this is a MOBA, this is also going to be... this is going to be a MOBA only on the PlayStation.
Yeah.
True.
And those haven't gone so well.
Is this going to be a traditional top-down MOBA, or is this going to be like the weird over-the-shoulder third-person MOBAs that we've been getting on PlayStation?
Right. So that's also the question of things, yes.
If it's going to be PlayStation Studios or like PlayStation characters, I can only assume traditional top-down MOBA.
That'd be my guess too.
Which means this is going to be a wacky Pokemon Unite.
Probably, actually. That's a good way to put it. Is Pokemon Unite or that Dragon Ball one? What was that called? I already forgot. Project Multi. There you go.
I don't know. You're the one who played that.
I got MVP too. Let's go Krillin. But yeah, it's going to be like Pokemon Unite or Dragon Ball Project Multi. There you go. But if they do the damage thing where you get blown back further, that's going to be wacky. That's like I said, it's going to at least be a unique experience. I don't know if it's going to be a good experience, but it's going to be at least unique.
Yeah, it's like you could just do the MOBA with PlayStation characters. People would love that. You don't have to add a gimmick on top of it.
Right. All right, next piece I already shout out earlier. So next up, I've got the Dice Game of the Year award finalist, which is Astro Bot, Balaltro, Black Myth Wukong, Helldivers 2, and Indiana Jones: The Great Circle. I literally had the Dice Awards stuff pulled up earlier, and I could give you a date on when the reveal is going to be. So that's my bad. But either way, shout out to that for the Game of the Year nominee. Shout out to Indiana Jones getting some recognition. You know, it coming out in December. You know, I missed all the other, most of the other award shows. There's still a few that it can be involved with. So shout out to that. Next thing I've got here is apparently Amazon is canceling Metroid Prime 4 Beyond pre-orders with the stat of due to lack of availability. My personal take, I don't think the game's like getting delayed or anything. That's my personal firm take. I just don't think it's going to come out for the Switch. I think it's going to come out for the Switch 2, which then creates a new SKU. So that is my personal take on this. I don't think it's getting delayed.
Well, you gotta remember, if they're gonna release it for the Switch 2, this could be a thing where having two consoles out there, they would release it for both of them. So
you would think
it wouldn't make sense to release it on your new platform when you have 150 million Switches out in the world. I read this and I see this as more of like my prediction.
It being delayed.
This game not coming out. They set a pre-order date for this and they went, "Oh, we probably shouldn't have done that."
I am not going to channel that energy. I'm going to say it's coming out. It's a launch title. It's just going to be a Switch 2 only launch title. That's my prediction on it. You know, we'll hopefully it doesn't get delayed.
You don't need a Switch 2 specific game to push consoles. The console's going to sell.
I mean, it is, yes. But maybe the game has just reached a point where it's a little too much for the Switch, and it's only
every game that is too much for the Switch.
Yep.
Well, that's why it's going to be a Switch 2 release.
No, they'll release it anyway, and then they'll release it again 2 months later for the Switch 2. That's what they did with Breath of the Wild.
Wii and Wii U, isn't it? Oh yeah, Wii U.
Breath of the Wild was.
Yeah, that game came out on the Wii U.
Yeah, shout out to anyone who played on the Wii U. Apparently, it's not a bad experience.
Oh, was it not?
Apparently not, which is shocking. I actually want to go back and play it on the Wii U just because I'm curious. I also want to play Mass Effect 3 on the Wii U because I'm curious.
You don't have a Wii U.
I do have a Wii U.
I thought you didn't ever buy a Wii U.
Yeah, I had a Wii U.
I thought you borrowed John's because you didn't have one.
No, I've had a Wii U. I had the Splatoon Smash bundle Wii U.
Terrible idea.
Shut up, John.
I can say it. It's a shitty console.
You know what's the real terrible idea? Is I bought the Wii U and the PlayStation 4 at the same time. Black Friday at GameStop. Yeah,
that's not like a terrible idea, but
well, it's just the fact that you bought, historically one of the worst selling consoles ever and one of the greatest. So it was a decision made. It was definitely a decision. But yeah, we have two Wii U's over here. So because Christina has the Wind Waker edition Wii U. So shout out to that. We still actually hop on the Wii U every once in a while because that's how I play Fortune Street. So the Wii U is still being used. Now, I did see a report like sometime middle of last year that apparently if you do not turn your Wii U on every so often, it will die. So my Wii U, who knows, could be dead because I have not turned it on in probably 2.5 years. So I need to go check on that.
I got you beat there.
Oh, yeah, I know you do. Yours is probably dead.
I didn't even know where mine was for about 4. I was convinced for a long time I didn't buy one.
I don't even remember you buying one, honestly. I really don't. I remember you owning one because I remember coming over and playing. I think it was probably just Smash because I remember coming over your house when we were playing Smash because you had that Luigi amiibo you trained, which was deadly. Shout out to that. But I think that's the only reason you bought one was for Smash.
Probably.
I don't remember when you bought it, though. It just appeared in my mind, it just appeared. You just got it. Anyway, last couple things. First up, we had a Midnight Black collection for PlayStation announced, which is featuring the PlayStation Portal, DualSense Edge, the Pulse Elise headset, and the Pulse Explore earbuds. So maybe if you were wanting a Portal or an Edge, but you didn't want it in white, you can now get it in black. So shout out.
Okay, I wasn't sure what you meant by that in the thing.
Oh, yeah. And the last piece of news, Sonic 3 has passed $1 billion at the global box office. So massive shout out to that. hopefully I can see
From-
the movie one more time in theaters before it
For-
gets out.
For a movie that has passed $1 billion in the global box office, you do not hear about this fucking movie.
My timeline is riddled with Sonic 3, so I disagree.
The average person will never hear about this movie, even though it's past $1 billion, because this movie never comes up. I have seen exactly one clip of the pop up related to this, and it was just an interview with, I think, with Idris Elba and Keanu Reeves talking to each other.
Yeah.
The only thing I've seen about this movie.
Greatest film of our generation. I'll say it up front. Greatest movie to ever come out. Period.
That's a goddamn lie, and you can't even hold that one up.
It is a really good movie, though. It's very fun. It's very fun. Really enjoyed it. Looking forward to seeing it again. You guys have any other news-related things to throw out there? I think I had something that was not in the script that I saw right before we started. So let's see. Oh, yeah, I meant to shout this out earlier in the Assassin's Creed Shadows segment. Bummed that I missed it. Did you guys see Domino's troll Ubisoft on this?
No.
Yeah, Domino's quote tweeted the announcement that it got delayed, and Domino's said, "Call us if you need help delivering on time."
Damn.
Andy was the one who sent me that at first, but I did see the official post for that. The other thing is that Baldur's Gate 3 devs have now confirmed that they have shifted now their full attention to their next game. We also have Elden Ring, Night Rain network test signups are up right now. The test schedule will begin on the 14th. You also got the 16th, and you guys have the 15th and the 16th as well. Different time slots in the day to go through a network test for the new Elden Ring. So I think that was the last little piece of news that I had.
Path of Exile 2 hasn't had, like, they went kind of radio silent midway through December, kind of said, hey, enjoy playing the game. We'll be around, but we're not making any updates or anything until next year. We get an announcement video tomorrow telling us what the, essentially what the patch is going to be around. Because there hasn't been a balance patch in about a month.
Right.
So we'll get to see what they've decided. Like, gets to keep being played and what's gonna get nuked. Don't know. I play it sporadically. I've kind of been waiting on this patch because I didn't want to start, because I don't sit down and play it for 50 hours straight. So I don't want to sit down and build a brand new character just for it to get nuked into the ground. So I'll be keeping an eye on that and see what's happening with it.
Another thing to keep an eye on for you, John, because I know you were interested in this, is that the first Berserker Kazan demo is coming January 16th for PS5, Xbox, and Steam. So
I'll give it a try.
there you go.
Nice.
Yep, nice to see that demo be coming up.
Also, I just wanted to shout this out. I saw this earlier because I was updating Esports Godfather. I didn't realize they had a DLC come out on the 3rd of January. So I was like, oh, what's going on here? I looked at the reviews of it, mostly positive. First review I saw, I would have bought this even if it didn't provide any benefits in game, just to support the developers.
What, esports?
There you go.
Yeah, I saw that and I was like, amen.
Again, it was on sale. I waited till the sale was over, then bought it.
Nah, I'm gonna be jumping back into this and playing it because I've noticed now they have achievements in the game.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll hop into there and see how many I get.
They got new UI too.
Yeah, it's been a while since I played it. I'm gonna jump back in and continue my playthrough.
Zach, you got any news?
Nothing else than what I've already mentioned. So
Okay. Well, take it away, my friend. Gamesthetic Game of the Week. It's your week. What do we got? Oh, got a prop. Here we go. Pulling something off the shelf.
So I've mentioned it on the show, but I haven't mentioned it for Game of the Week. We have one of the random Rockstar games that Rockstar's worked on throughout the years that just gets missed. The Warriors game tie-in with the actual film.
Oh yeah, this was in the Gamestetic 50, wasn't it?
I believe so.
Yeah, I think it was.
That's
Shout out
probably
to
what I mentioned.
that.
It is on the PS2 and Xbox. It is a open world-ish beat 'em up, sort of following a story of the Warriors, of events that of before when the actual film happens, and then the actual events that happen during the film itself. So it's sort of more or less giving more story and whatnot to each of the characters that's part of the Warriors gang, giving more story to just the other gangs throughout that's in the Warriors series. That if you are interested at all in the film and didn't really get much on, it goes deeper into them, and just it's a fully fleshed out world and beat 'em up. Like there's a good 20, 30 hours in this game of just different things of just doing the different storylines, the main storyline, each character's specific missions. There's a whole um, mechanic for doing graffiti, mini games, actually smashing up stores and robbing them. Yeah, there's a lot to this game overall. If giving it a rating, I would give it a solid 9 out of 10.
Ooh, here we go. That is
It even still holds up today because I've played it recently. In terms of beat 'em up games, it still is solid and holds up.
that is an amazing.
Overall controls are very fluid. Yeah, just overall, it is an amazing beat 'em up game done by Rockstar, which they did an amazing job with this game. It's just one of those weird movie tie-in games that a lot of people probably ignored or just passed up because they had no interest in the Warriors.
Yeah, right. Well, shout out to the Warriors making Gamestetic Game of the Week. Like I said, I'm pretty sure it made our 50 list when Gamestetic was under a different name at one point. So it was on that list. So shout out to that. The Warriors Gamestetic Game of the Week for episode 201. All right, boys. I'm hitting the music. Last thoughts. Let's get out of here.
Like, comment, subscribe, rate, whatever your platform allows. It does help. If you care about Switch 2, let us know what your take on it is or what you want to see out of it, and if you want it over.
Yeah, do everything he said more. And if you like what you saw here, we do these live streams typically every Saturday at 6 p.m. Central Time. So you can come check us out then.
And make sure you also check out our sponsors, Rogue Energy and Agent Inc. with the referral links down below. Promo code Sparky3 over at Rogue Energy to get 10% off your order. Join the Discord as well as check out our Patreon. Shout out to our Tier 2 patron, and we appreciate you. And we'd appreciate that extra support as well as check out Sparky3shop.com. Join the Discord, be a friend, tell a friend. Until next time, hopefully next week we will have the official reveal of the Switch 2, and it's no more leaks and rumors. That'd be great. All right, bye.